back from my basketball practice, that's why my hair looks like this, and today we're hooping in Great League with the Fantastic 3. So we're gonna be using Gallade as our pure closer, which is the main MVP of this team, but the other two Pokemon are gonna form a solid core to protect us mainly from those ghost types, and I guess that with this team alignment, Gallade can really make the most out of itself, able to one-shot down here that Obstagoon, which is looking like a pretty solid choice for me. Now I'm just gonna get my hands on my Leaky Tank because I know that my Skarmory might actually be pretty good for the end game. However, they end up having Venusaur now on the switch, so now my bot slam here might actually take them out, but I guess that they still have that Bastiodon, so my Skarmory will not be needed that much. Anyways, I know here that those Power Whips are not gonna do a lot of damage, but I just want to stall a little bit more so that I can potentially switch out to my Gallade, survive the following moves, and most of the times you want to keep those two shields of your own for the end game because Gallade with energy and with shields can absolutely outspeed and destroy down the competition in Great League. You can see here that the one shot was just imminent and my opponent had no other choice other than not shielding at all. Into the next battle now with that Ninetales up in front. This is a magnificent lead for us, and on the switch we pick up an Umbreon. You know what, I'm just gonna get my hands on that Brave Bird and then switch out to my Leaky Tank. In doing so, we can absolutely have the upper hand over that Umbreon, we can maintain that very good lead of our own, and at the same time, no matter how much HP we have on our Skarmory, as long as we are not on the red, we can easily farm them down with our Steel Wings being double super effective on that Glassy Charmer, and I guess that Lickitung here will deliver the lethal blow on that poor Umbreon. So on the plus side here, we have been dropped at a very low point that we cannot give a lot of energy on our opponent, just a few charms, and in the process we can answer back at them with the Bot Slam and the Power Whip for some extra pressure. Down they go, and now at the very end emerges a Lantern, which is absolutely great and wonderful news for my Gallade because not only we carry the move Leaf Blade, but also we got those shields alive and well, which means that we can absolutely land at least one Leaf Blade in the process. So by blocking here, we can guarantee that we have a double Leaf Blade at least, and I'm over farming for no reason at all. The only thing that I want to do here is to land one Leaf Blade. We're already there, so I guess that almost down they go here. We switch out now to our Skarmory, and because we still have the Sky Attack, this is gonna be an easy victory for us. How many charge attacks did we throw at our opponent this battle? That was absolutely crazy with the pressure for our closing team. Into the next one now, trainers, with one of the worst leads that we can actually get, and that is Bastiodon. On the switch, unfortunately, we're meeting up with Wigglytuff, so I can only expect a sort of victory bell at the very end, right? So here comes now a move, I guess we can easily take it, but at the same time, you could argue with me that I would go ahead and shield, I guess, because we could push for that shield advantage potentially, but my opponent here is just gonna farm it down in the process with those charms. At this point, I know that I can easily farm them down in return with my Steel Wings, and now we're gonna be met up with that Bastiodon. So Shadow Victory Bell is definitely coming up, right? And we're not looking that great as long as we got those shields. So the move will easily be tanked by my Skarmory, but at the same time they have the Razor Lever with two shields, and yeah, the alignment doesn't help at all. Sometimes you're gonna lose, but some other times you're gonna get some pretty good leads, but this Swampert is not a very good lead for sure. Anyways, on the switch here we're meeting up with a Frostlass, which is pretty great for us because leaks here are gonna do mainly on the work while we can still have access to our Power Whip. Not only that, but we also, it seems like we catch off guard our opponent because they're not gonna block our next move, and down they go. This is absolutely awesome for us because they back out, and of course they definitely did not expect that. Into a trainer now who is looking pretty ridiculous, but I really like like this outfit. So anyways, now with that Sableye, I am just gonna try to catch the move on my Leaky Tank, but my opponent decides to switch out to their Skarmory. So here comes now my Body Slam for some cheap damage, and I know that perhaps we're gonna fall short to this one, but at the same time those leaks in combination with a few Body Slams, they are adding up in damage. So my Gallade might actually be looking like a very good closer as long as we can avoid that Sableye. So now with that Body Slam of our own, we manage to drop them severely low, we block the Sky Attack and complete the farm down with our leaks. This is obviously looking now like a lifesaver for us because Sableye has to throw some energy. We're just gonna come into the battle with our Skarmory, and I know that one move can easily be tanked. The second one though, not so much. However, here we still manage to get some shields out of the way for sure, because as it seems they're getting extremely weak to my Skarmory. I have anticipated that situation, so I'm just gonna block the next move and then completely rely on my Skarmory here, because as it seems they want to avoid my Pokemon for sure. At this point, down I go, but my Gallade can easily go in, completely farmed down. So let's see now what lies at the very end. There is gonna be a gradient, and the close combat is coming up on the CMP for the nuke, for the save, for the assist, for the victory and the clutch shot. The game winner is here, so Shadow Gallade is absolutely awesome. Into the next battle now with another Bastiodon. Are you kidding me? I hate those leads, especially when they are followed up by Wigglytuff on the switch. We're getting severely hard countered here, and once again I'm expecting the Razor Leafer or just the magical version of that Shadow Victreebel. So Icy Wind here is gonna do not a lot of damage, but it is gonna drop us at a point that we do not have a lot of options. Gonna get my Body Slam here, and right after just gonna turn the battle with Skarmory. To my surprise here, they still reach to another charge attack, but it makes no difference at all, because as long as I get in there to my Shadow Gallade, they will emerge with that Shadow Victreebel. You know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do whatever I can with my Leaf Blades here, because I want to get that final shield out of play, but my opponent definitely knows what they're doing. So another Leaf Blade is imminent, but I guess it is their time now to start blocking, and I need to block in return and immediately go for my Leaf Blade for the knockout. So down they go now, but at the same time we are super low, but at least this explains to you that you can have a chance even against the worst possible lead and the worst possible switch, or even the worst possible end game for you, because this team is very strong, and if you are just a little bit of a better battler than I am, you can absolutely have the upper hand over your opponents. So here comes now a move. This is gonna be a Shadow Ball on the next battle with that Annihilate on the switch, I guess, and now it is my turn to throw some Leaf Blades. So this is gonna be fatal to that poor Pokemon, and I'm gonna go here for the CMP because I know they have to throw no matter what, otherwise I'm getting to the move and I totally catch them off guard as it seems. Close combat for massive damage, they undercharge here, and for some reason I do not get to the Leaf Blade. I don't know what I was thinking about. Perhaps Leaf Blade here could have been a lifesaver for me, but still Clodsire returns into the game, and I'm just gonna stay in here with my Skarmory. So Skarmory now is gonna reach to the Brave Bird, and I guess they're gonna take the move because this is a Clodsire, can tank pretty much anything, even super effective nukes, and I guess at the same time that we can reach to another Brave Bird to finish them down. I'm not expecting a shield at this point, but they end up shielding anyways, so now my Leaky Tank will absolutely wreak havoc on their defenses because Clodsire now is out of the picture, and of course this charge attack, no matter how many charge attacks it is gonna throw, it is still gonna remain as a battery saver. So yeah, just not gonna be a big threat for me, I guess. So down they go, and now let's keep going into the final one, trainers, with a Medicham up in front. This is a Pokemon that I haven't seen in a while, and not only that, but they have kind of a weird team with a Psychic up in front, a Psychic at the back on the face of Hypno, and I'm just gonna get in there on my Leaky Tank. They're farming up a lot of energy. Don't tell me they have Focus Blast. I do not remember this one, but as it seems they do. So much energy. What are you doing, Ganeta? Oh my goodness, that was devastating, to say at least. Anyways, now let's farm them down with my Skarmory. Of course, they can reach here to the Elemental Punch. It is going to be Thunder Punch, so yeah, a little bit of extra pressure on my end, but I want to keep those final shields for my final Pokemon, and that is Gallade. You already know the moves that I'm gonna throw at them. This is gonna be the Leaf Blade now on that poor Medicham, and what I want to do here is to drop them as low as possible so that I can farm them down and get potentially a close combat for the knockout. In the process, we managed to get a shield out of their game, so by blocking here we can kinda guarantee the farm down, and with Medicham out of the picture and with them having no shields at all, the close combat here is gonna close today's content in the most effective way possible, so that is gonna be the end for today's content. Thank you for watching and for staying around till the end with me, it really means a lot for my channel. But before you go, leave a huge like, subscribe to the content, and now keep going on your YouTube journey here on my content, because I have 2 more videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out, and I will catch you up later into the next one.